Were you trying to score on that play at the end of the second quarter? Were you aware how much time was left?
Oh yeah, I was aware of how much time was left. I thought Bates was the last man, and then AJ, kept hustling and did his job. Followed the play through. I didn't see him behind me, but I thought Bates was the last guy, so tried to get in the end zone right before the half, get us up. But luckily, I stepped out of bounds.
George, how about the matchup this week against Patrick Surtain? I know you're a little early, I'm sure, in film study and whatnot, but I'm also sure you know about him as a cornerback and his reputation. What do you make of this when you go up against him?
Just be myself, to be honest. I went against Patrick Surtain in college, so a lot of this stuff isn't new for me.
What do you remember about him in college?
He's just a good player. It's like a lot of other players in here. They're good players. I'm a good player. There's a lot of good players around the league.
Some folks in Denver were saying he doesn't always follow one specific receiver, but he did last week against DK. Do you think that's probably a sign of what they might do with you?
Just hope they have their plan correct. I don't really know or care what they're going to do.
How much does maybe the offense change or have an advantage this week, having a full week of preparing for Justin to start having some things schemed up that it's not, a last couple day adjustment?
Kind of like I said earlier, just all the guys coming together, to make the plan go, to make the plays go, because we really had more time before week 1 than we have this week. So I just feel like, making the plays go.
Do you feel like you guys as an offense got settled in more as the game went on, that he was able to take some of those deeper shots to you later in the game?
For sure. QBs, for sure, especially. I'd probably say that position all around the world. Once they get in a groove, they're going to get warmed up. Their arms get warmed up. They start getting the groove of the game. So, yeah, for sure.
George, again, considering the attention you're getting defensively, were you encouraged by the way that you were able to kind of make plays downfield, schemed up in a way that like the system is going to maybe benefit your skill set?
Kind of in a way, just because if you're playing one-on-one basketball, it's a little more easier for the guy to score. There's no other defenders around there. So yeah, scheme-wise, that kind of helps. And then scheme-wise, defensively for the opposite team, they think it helps them just having a lockdown DB that can shut down one half of the field.
George, is there an increased confidence this week after having a week of Justin under center, getting that win? Do you guys feel better with him, under at quarterback?
Like I said, training camp, we were putting both of those guys, Russ and Justin, in different, Kyle too, in different situations. So it's not really, getting too comfortable with him. We've been throwing with him the whole time. It's just, like I said, making the plays go.
You're talking in training camp about your connection with Justin Fields and playing 7-on-7 with him. And that's pretty unique, like two guys on the same team, all the way back. What do you remember about some of those 7-on-7 games, or like how do you feel like that's now benefiting you guys?
Back then it was, high school back then was a little different in terms of we ain't even 7-on-7. We're playing with Cam Newton. We don't have a D-line, you know what I mean? So it was a little more entertaining back then. Now it's just making the plays go, and I can see from him personally, he's way more focused than 6-7 years ago. Yeah.
Was there any kind of like tournament or event you guys dominated together, or anything that stands out there?
A lot, bro. I think we won like every tournament. Yeah, like a lot of tournaments. Can't even count.
Let's do 2 more,
And
guys.
does it feel like at times when you're out there on the field, on Sunday, did you have flashbacks to playing in 7-on-7 with him with some of the connections that you guys were having down the field?
Just his motive. Certain QBs have a different motive. He gets pressure, he steps up, tries to run, you know what I mean? Just certain things that you see during 7-on-7, like I said 7 years ago, that he'll showcase you, for sure.
George, you mentioned quarterback getting into a groove. How do you get into a groove with Justin?
Like I said, letting the plays happen, the game going play along itself, just play after play. That's like one thing you can't even force. You literally have to let him get in a groove, you know what I mean? So play after play.
When you come off a performance like this defensively, what does that do for a group?
I think it just, to be honest with you, man, it's so early in the year. You feel good about it, but you kind of just roll the page. You kind of just continue to do what you're doing in practice, and that's executing. That's continuing to try to get the ball back for the offense. And obviously the little things, doing your job is a big aspect of the game. It makes things a lot easier. And when you're doing your job, it creates opportunity for yourself or your teammates to make big plays.
I asked a couple guys after the game, do you think now because of preseason a lot of offensive guys don't play, do you feel like defenses have an advantage maybe these first couple games?
I don't know. A lot of defenses don't play either. So, you see a lot of missed tackles. You see stuff like that throughout the league, and whatnot. I think that type of stuff go kind of both ways. Before I got here, I didn't play in the preseason for 4 years, So, but I'm not saying that like in a way of like, we shouldn't play in the preseason because, it really helped me from a standpoint of, getting the missed tackles down, from a standpoint of, filling the game out, you got a lot of things that happen in the game that you can't always see in practice, and you start to feel your teammates out better. So, being able to have them type of preseason snaps, even though it was just a little, but just having them preseason snaps get you prepared to know what you're going to be feeling when real game speed starts.
You guys have been so good against young quarterbacks. Why is that? Why are you guys able to? How are you able to be so good against rookies?
I think we just got to continue doing what we're doing. This week, obviously, we're going against a young one, rookie. And, I think last week he did some good things. I think he controlled, and stuff like that. Still was athletic, how he was in college and whatnot. And I think they're using him in the right way.
Landon, you guys, for the first time on the field, got to work together. First time with PQ, first time with Peyton. How'd that communication work? How do you feel you guys did inside?
It was good. I don't think the inside line, that wasn't our first time on the field together. Me and PQ went together. Me, PQ, and Peyton went together in the second preseason game. And then the last preseason game, me and PQ went together the first series of the game and stuff like that. So we was pretty familiar with how we communicate, how we do in-game type of things. I think our coaches do a good job of doing preseason of keeping us engaged. Like, hey, this how to be. I know you're not playing, but this how to be. This how to feel. You know what I'm saying? When we get real game stuff rolling. So.
Is Denver a tough place to play with the elevation and the travel or anything like that?
The last place? No. I did play that when I was in Miami. I was going to say the last place I played, that was when I was in, last time was New England. But it didn't really affect me when I was in New England because it was cold when we played out there. It was cold in New England. But when I was in Miami, we went there and it was, I don't think it was the elevation. I just think it was cold. I was like, dang, yeah. I ain't used to this no more. So, yeah, but it was all good, and it didn't affect me as much. Everybody's body's different, though.
What are the things about the Sean Payton offense that are particularly challenging with what he does?
Man, I think he's the offensive, just his mindset just around how he builds offense, how he builds structures, how he attack defenses. Man, I think he's he does a real good job attacking matchups, finding the matchups, and all that. I think by committee just of him in his whole just work ethic when he was even with the Saints of his running back group committee. Yeah. He's had some great backs, some great 1-2 punches over his career, and I think with Denver now, he's creating a good young 1-2 punch back there.
How do you feel out there?
Good. Yeah.
Ran with the first team
Moving around, yeah. Just kind of stepping in whenever we needed to. Showing up every day to try and get better. So.
You do a lot of double duties. I think you're the second team as well. Kind of
yeah. Whenever someone does go down for a little bit, we don't carry as many people as we did in college, so I got to get used to just playing both. But yeah, I mean it was good it was good for volume. Trying to get back into it, being out a couple weeks. So
if it happens, do you think you're ready to get a chance to play in an NFL game to start one?
I am. Last 2 weeks, really just preparing myself mentally, really more than anything. I think that's where I take the biggest step. These last couple weeks, just trying to make sure I'm preparing. But yeah, I think I'm ready. I know I'm ready.
Mike Tomlin had some really nice things to say about you in his press conference yesterday, just about the way you performed during team development and everything like that. How do you feel like you performed during that time, and then how much is this injury possibly kind of set you back, or do you just feel like you're ready to go?
It's tough missing 3 weeks. It's 3 weeks that I wasn't able to get better, you know what I mean? But I was really locked in more mentally so that when I did get back out there, I'm playing fast. So yeah, I mean, whatever role they're giving me, come this game, whatever game it is, I'm ready to go. So.
Try to be able to go full for those 2 days, Thursday, Friday. That kind of set the table for this week to know you've been able to test it. It came through okay and get you ready to go here today.
Yeah, for sure. Last week was more of a feel thing, trying to see how it felt. But this week I'm hitting the ground running. So.
So do you think what they did today was a today thing, or that's what it's going to look like Sunday thing?
We'll have to find out. Whatever injury happens in the room, the next man's got to step up, and there can't be any drop off. You know what I mean? So, you're gonna have to talk to coach about that. I'm just kind of just showing up and hoping that I do get that opportunity. So,
What's the connection been like between you and Broderick? Obviously, Broderick being a first-round pick last year, being a first-round pick this year, and you two possibly having to step in this week and be the two bookends. How's your relationship grown?
For me and him, man, it's kind of just taking what he says and kind of listening to it. Because I mean, although we're similar in age, he's young too, but he's had a year under his belt and I don't. So kind of just listening to everybody in the room, regardless of because everyone's looking out for me. Everyone has their best interest in mind for me. So for him, man, he's really awesome in terms of kind of giving me perspective on what to expect come Sunday, any given Sunday. So
even though you didn't play on Sunday, was there a benefit just to be in uniform, be out there to kind of feel anything?
Yeah, man, I was ready to go. I was not hoping that whatever situation happened, but I was waiting for them to call my number, waiting to get in, get some reps out there, but. It didn't happen, but the only thing that's important is that we got the win. So I'm super excited for whatever comes soon.
Most times, Troy, they work a young guy in as the tight end in a jumbo package. Have you gotten any reps in that kind of situation?
No, not really.
You know what I mean, though, right?
Yeah, I got you. No, not really. No.
Troy, again, no issues. Everything's good with the knee.
Yeah, 100%. I think I'm ready to go. Just the biggest thing for me was confidence. So.
Thank you. How did it feel out there for you today? Where are you at currently right now?
It was good. Just another opportunity to go out there and work. I got another opportunity tomorrow, and that's what I'm focused on. So it'll be good.
Is there some more optimism you'll be able to go this week, or are you just kind of taking things as they come? And
just take it as it comes. It's up to the coaches. All I can do is focus on tomorrow. I got more workload tomorrow, so I just get to focus on that. So it'll be good.
Robin, do you feel ready? Do you feel sharp? Do you feel prepared if called upon this week?
Ooh, yeah, definitely. Like I said, I've just been working a lot, just trying to get back into it. But, I feel like even the moment I got hurt, I felt like I could find a way to push through it and come back that same week and practice the next day. So, that's just my mindset. So I can really focus on, too. I can just focus on working on tomorrow. So that's all I got.
Mentally, do you think you're game ready, regular season game ready?
Yeah, 100%. It's just it's different when the game time comes and something just clicks and it's all in.
If you do get the call, how excited are you to get football action?
I'm gonna be pretty excited. It's something that since I was a kid, playing in my first NFL game and just finally getting the opportunity, but. All I really think about at night is coming in here the next day and, putting in work and, doing everything I can to better myself.
What have you learned about Justin throughout this process and seeing, you might call him a steady Eddie, so it doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low, but how have you kind of seen him maybe adapt to some of the challenges and roller coaster of this season, this preseason and start to the regular season?
Yeah, Justin, he's been the same dude since I met him. He's a natural leader, natural playmaker. Someone who doesn't really care what the circumstances or what his situation is. He's just going to come in here every day, work, and make the most out of his situation. That's what I've seen from him. And, he really is.
Does it hurt you to say that about an Ohio State guy?
What'd you say?
Does it hurt you to say that about a Buckeye?
No, definitely not. That's my teammate now, so it's all love. I love him. He's a good guy, and he's a great player, too.
How much do you think that helps him maybe when the quarterback situation is unclear during the week and he might find out kind of last minute that he's going to start?
I don't know. You have to ask him. That's a question for Justin. So.
Did you get to run with the first team today at all, or second team, or scout team?
I don't know if I can answer. That's a question for the coaches.
For you guys as an offense, what's the biggest area of focus this week heading into Denver?
Like I said, all I can do is focus on myself. Like I said, I think that's a question for the coaches. So.
You're starting to feel a little bit of anticipation, like you're getting close enough that you can sense it's going to happen. Getting out there.
Like I said, I don't mean to be repeating it, but I'm really just focused on tomorrow. If I get too excited, too high, I'm gonna start losing some of that work I'm putting in every day. So I'm really just focused on coming in here tomorrow, finishing the day today, just getting better.
I feel what you've done mentally and staying as involved as you can. That'll help you get over the missed practice.
I mean,
Feel like you'll hit the ground running when you get back.
yeah, for sure.
What are you hoping you can add to this defense?
Wherever they need me. If it's defense, special teams, to start off however they want to do it, I'm just going out there, just being willing to go out there and put everything on the line for the teammates.
What have they told you so far, Terrell?
Just to come out here ready to play. So right now it's just trying to get up to speed, go out there, play whatever position they put me in, and just try to go make a play.
Why do you think it happened now after week 1 as opposed to like cut down day or even in the off season or whatever?
You never really know. That's business, the business side of things. So I just let that happen, and I just control what I can and go out there and help the team out however I can now.
So you played some defensive snaps Sunday in Jacksonville. Where did they have you, for the first game?
I was just at strong safety the first game. I only played a couple snaps, but it was still feeling good. Get the season really sparked off and get out there, though.
Like I said, you've a lot of family in the business, so there's no hard, whether the fifth-year option or letting you go the first time, or it's all business, and you're happy to be back here. Is that kind of how you look at it?
Of course, it's never burn a bridge, and I think both sides we stay in constant communication, and it's always love. They're the ones that made my dreams come true, and at the end of the day, I'm definitely thankful for that, and I'm gonna just come out here, give everything I can. They gave me another opportunity to come on to 53, so let's do it.
Terrell, you said getting up to speed. How long do you expect that to take, being in this situation, and you've been here for so many years?
I mean, honestly, I don't know. I mean, I definitely feel like I'm comfortable with everything right now. Just, that just all situational. Wherever they need me, they just need to put me in somewhere sometimes, and just be ready. Whenever my number is called on, just be ready to go out there and do whatever I can.
What have you learned about yourself since you were here last? You've obviously been in a couple of different locations. What have you learned about yourself as a player?
Man, honestly, just never quit mentality, because last year was a long year. Just going to one team, then being traded. I was already here for 5 years, and then going to Jacksonville and getting cut. It was a long year, but at the same time, I just had that same mentality, and I think I definitely been fighting it, and definitely been going out there and giving everything I could every day, and making good plays. So constantly just keep on doing that.
So you mentioned the look a couple of times. Does
Yeah.
it almost feel like a restart?
Yeah.
Your career?
It doesn't feel like a restart because I'm coming in here, everybody think I'm about to be joking and laughing today. I'm still trying to get adjusted. I got a new locker. I'm all the way over here now, new numbers. So, man, I definitely just feel it. Just seeing the guys again, that's always amazing. The coaches, not much has changed over here besides, the rotation of a team each year. But where everything is, I know where everything is. I know all the staff, all the people that work inside of the facility. It just feels good coming back.
Once you released, how long did everything kind of take for you to figure out that you were going to come back here?
Oh, man, it didn't take – well, it took after this past game because, I went back to Jacksonville, and then they told me they were going to pull me up that first game. They told me that before I signed back. And then just after that game, everything just happened pretty fast, and then I'm out here in Pittsburgh.
Is there anything you've taken 3 other systems, coordinators, the teams, is that you learned at all from all that the last year and a half?
Definitely. Everybody got their way of teaching things. Everybody got their own language. You meet a lot of good guys and how different coaches run different systems. And every system I've been in was unique. I had played for great coaches my whole time and played with some great teams and some teams that were just constantly on the build. So, just going throughout all those systems, I think coming back, it feels good. But at the same time, just having that experience of everything, I think that was good as well.
How strange was that game last year here for you?
Man, it was crazy because I got traded on that Monday. Then I played against Atlanta, and then I came here on that Thursday night, man. And then I started here, so it was like, man, it was all over the place. Emotions were high. I couldn't let them get too high because I had to remember everything that we went over that past week because I was only there for a week and a half, and then just come out here and play and leave it on the line.
Have you talked with Jalen at all about possibly number 34 at all?
Man, I don't think we can do it because the first game. Since we both played since he played in the first game, even though he was inactive, I don't think we could switch it now. I wish, though.
You weren't here last year, but you still helped the Steelers with that interception when you were the Titans against the Jaguars. Anybody thank you for helping them get into the playoffs with that play or anything like that?
See, I can't say too much about that one because I just came back from the Jaguars. And, my teammates over there, they might have been mad at me. But I know the guys here, everybody, they texted me after the game. They were calling me. They were excited. They texted before the game, actually, just said we got to go out there and play hard.